you guys already know, Nico and I made a trip up to Petaluma, California to hang out with Mark Begg, Mattia Borrani, up at the Mattia Borrani Cutlery and talk about Begg knives and the new kitchen knives and the custom kitchen knives. So I was doing some editing here and I realized I still haven't done that video. I haven't sent it off to Mark to get to review it, so he's cool with it getting released. So that's what I'm doing right now is I'm just finishing up the edit. I apologize, guys, that it took so long to get this put together, but the road trip videos and the videos where we talk with knife makers are always a little bit different when it comes to editing, because there were parts of that video that we didn't want in. There were parts that Mark definitely wanted to keep secret until they come out and show everybody themselves how they do some of these processes. But basically, guys, what we did was we drove up. You guys saw the video from in the car. We drove up, we hung out with them for the day, walked around with Mark. Mattia was pretty tied up with stuff. At the very end, we did kind of hang out in the back and we talked about sharpening and how they sharpen knives and stuff like that. But basically, this was just a lot of fun hanging out with Mark and Mattia. If you've never met Mark at a knife show, he's a lot of fun. You just can't help but have fun around Mark. He's just one of those guys. So, guys, all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Here comes the music, so if you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn the volume down. So we obviously have made it to Mattia Borrani Cutlery and Mark Begg Knives. It's in the same building. They're business partners. So we've been walking around for a little bit, so we've got kind of a look. But so you guys are kind of getting out of the. You were saying you're kind of getting out of the custom knife business.
Oh boy, we didn't put that out there.
No, I mean like the full on custom folders. Like you guys are still doing customs, but
yeah, we have parts to make.
Yeah,
probably another 50 knives. We don't have plans to make more custom folders just because we're kind of, pivoting. We're transitioning more into other stuff. The kitchen knives have been more lucrative. And we're going into production, so we're going to have a lot of knives coming out this next year. They're going to be under $100.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about before, and you guys have heard me say that, like the big time $5,000 to $1,000 knife days they're pretty much a thing of the past. And so that's one of the big things.
Although
about
we got Jack over there building
Jack's
a multi-thousand-dollar
knife, but it's kind of that transition in the knife industry where it just can't support that anymore. You guys, I know you guys have heard me say it, but it's transitioning your business to something that's still sustainable, but is not it makes it more available to everybody.
Yeah, we just want to have knives that everybody can have and carry
instead of everybody having the exclusive one-off thing, just something that everybody can get.
You're just up there on the little point of the pyramid, so we just kind of want to get a couple layers down.
Yeah. So
we're focusing more on that now, and we still like making high-end folders. It's just a lot of work, a lot of time, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Look at Jack.
Selling knives one at a time. It gets old quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough game. It's fun. I mean, we definitely have a heritage. Jack's been with us for the whole run here, so he knows all about it. He's got the voice of reason.
Jack's workbench is one of those areas that I imagine that if you move stuff around, that there would be a complete come apart. Where's my screwdriver?
Yeah.
He knows where everything is over there. I think about it every time I go there and take something from it.
So yeah, like I said, there's been a big shift. Like the Kickstarter was awesome for the Bowie Chef, and you guys were making the Bowie Chef. And
yeah, we're still making it.
Still making the Bowie Chef, and now you're making the custom.
Lots of the customs.
Versions. Yeah, I love these, dude. I think
Bowie
like
Chef
this one the best. I like this one the best.
That's actually the new belt finish that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, but I like this handle, I think.
That's
my favorite.
That's the Western version of the handle. This one has more of an Asian influence. It's got fingerprints all over it.
This might be mine.
This one, get your dirty fingerprint. This is more of an Asian style handle.
You don't want me to get fingerprints
on the back? Yeah. I love that people touch blades. I go, I want you to think of a blade like a camera lens.
Don't touch.
No, most people don't. This is belt finish. This is our Toscano series. This is Western chef style. Toscano is kind of a paying homage to Florence, Italy. That's where Mattia's dad's from. So,
Okay.
from that whenever.
Yeah, Bowie Chefs.
Yeah, it's been a really popular model for us, man. It's, you know, the thing is that the United States have never had their own culinary blade shape.
No, and I would like to say that I may have had some influence in the name, because if you remember when we were at was it Vegas?
It was a Vegas show.
It's like a kitchen Bowie, and I was like, and then I was like, the Bowie Chef. I was like, maybe I had some influence. I don't think I did.
Well, it's, you know, it's definitely.
I like it.
Yeah, Mattia was definitely highly influenced by a Bowie knife, and
Yeah.
he, you know, his intentions were, I want to do something that's, you know, you get out there in the field and there's so much in the market space. How do you create an identity?
Right.
It's hard, and this model has definitely put a face on our brand. I mean, we make all the other shapes. We make all the Santuko, Giotto, Kurtsuki. We make, you know, stuff that
you guys have seen the ones that come in, and I sharpen them on the channel and stuff, put up on Instagram. I love that Santoku you guys have.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's such a good
I
knife.
have this Giotto, little slicer, but I don't have my Santuko right now. We made, Bowie Chef's been such a huge seller for us that we keep making a lot of them. And so you make with what sells.
Yeah.
I mean,
Between, you know, a lot of people now are getting the production ones from the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But now we're offering them retail. So
I'm not gonna lie, that is the best. Like that, I think that is the best Kickstarter kitchen knife I've seen.
yeah, it's
like,
a lot of knife for the money. I mean,
It
it's
is.
VG10, San Mai, Damascus.
And it's not even that. It's just like I was saying, for the way that I cook and things
Yeah.
like that, that's perfect, because it gives me, I've got a flat, so if I need to chop like this, it's got the belly so I can rock it. And
It has high, and it also has very high cool factor.
It does.
A lot of people
Yeah.
like gifting it to people because
yeah.
what guy doesn't identify with a Bowie knife?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
love
I
the
mean,
handle. Those handles
It's interesting.
are
I have a
awesome.
friend, a local guy here, who grew up in he's a Norway, and he said, "Oh, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a Bowie knife," and I thought that kind of struck a chord with me to realize that shape and the
it's
recognition of
iconic.
the knife it's international.
It's iconic, and there's
It's
so many
like-
variations on it. Like you
Yeah,
can
there
you
is.
can
There's a
you can
lot.
go, unless you go to a custom knife show and then you just see the same thing.
Well, it's interesting, when the Bowie knife really started getting produced in the period that it really kind of came out, was really, we didn't really have the production capabilities here in the United States, so the British were doing them. They were the ones. Most of the early Bowie knives were
I can't
British
remember. I
knives.
can't remember the name of the company, but they were like they traded them with the Native Americans.
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Can't remember
too.
the name of
And
the
then also
company.
then the Germans got in the game, and
I will remember, because Elliot has one at the shop. One of
he'll
the
add a
old
little
originals,
banner,
and I
with
will find it.
Put a banner in there
Not
with
in
the
this
name on
video,
it.
but I'll talk about it in some other video.
I forget the name of the actual town that was. It was a really famous town, and I think most of the knives were kind of called that instead of one specific company because that region of the UK was like, you know, they were internationally known for manufacturing knives.
Mattia, just working away, doing business stuff. Look at him. He's your conscience, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
a professional.
He's talking to QuickBooks.
He is Mark's Nico,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the other half.
right?
Yeah.
We're the loud, obnoxious. They're the ones that keep you from. Look, dude, that's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea. I mean, I know you're going to probably do it anyway, but I just want you to know, probably going to get hurt.
He's like, tone it down a bit.
Yeah, right.
I hope this is going to get edited. Do
Probably not.
Probably
not much.
No.
you want to ask me?
Yeah, so yeah, we could do that. We could do that. We're not even gonna edit this out. This is how we're doing it because we were already talking. Like this wasn't contrived.
Do you want to ask me?
Yeah, I'll ask you.
Ask
So what's how you doing your handles? Like I see that you got like all this micro.
Well, most of the stuff is G-Cardo because really a year ago you really couldn't get colors like this. This is so new in the market space, and so we got all in with Greg because we love having color in our knives. As a matter of fact, we're doing an order for Italy right now that's 50 knives. It's all bright colors, everything. And so you can see what Mattia does. He'll come in here, once a week, every 2 weeks, depending on how many we're stacking up, and he'll just lay all these up here like a puzzle.
Just take a look at them and figure out what he
he'll
thinks
start
looks
setting
good.
them up, kind of like this one here. This one here. He'll start. These are for Italy, and then he'll start laying them up, get them all together, and then we'll get Sonia. We'll start gluing them, putting them together. That's Juma. We use Juma a lot. We like it because they make the snake skin and other stuff. good look. And we like, there's so many knives have been black for so long. It's just, man, I think everybody's just kind of dying for something different.
I mean, you see so many kitchen knives are all the same.
Yeah.
You guys have got, like, like I said, you guys have seen some of the customs that come to me for sharpening. And, like, I mean, shit, even that camouflage.
Yeah, we do camo. We did a knife I got for Post Malone that was all camo.
Post Malone camo
We
knife?
did one for Flavor God that's like that. He's got one that's all
Dude,
camo. He liked the Post Malone knife.
My sister loves to cook. I turned her on to Food God.
Yeah,
Flavor God. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
But so some of the finished handles are over here.
Yeah, some of the finished handles are over there.
And
Actually,
so-
I heard some of the older inlay versions too. We do inlay handles too, like this. You can see those. So we do multiple parts. And we do engraved ones like this, where this whole front section is Damascus or it's stainless, and then we engrave it and lay it in there. And
Nice.
so it's a lot of work to do that. So we don't.
Yeah.
We haven't-
It looks like
we
it.
don't make that many of these, but we make them. We do make them.
You guys have never seen me do an inlaid handle. You know
Actually,
why?
Bill
Yeah, I don't want to.
Bill Koenig bought the first one like that, and it gave it to his friends for their wedding, which I thought was pretty cool.
Wow.
Bill, I love Bill. Bill's a good
Yeah,
guy.
Bill's awesome.
Yeah.
Bill
But
makes a
there's-
great knife.
Yeah, he does. I have to say that, like, when I talk about American companies, that like a lot of American companies, the quality is not on par and they're charging too much.
Yeah.
Bill Koenig Knives is not one of them.
No, he makes.
And
great
neither are
products.
you guys.
Bill's
You
a
guys are
great
way
guy,
up there
too.
on the list of. But these are finished handles. Well, at least
Yeah,
the
they're
majority finished.
part way,
majority.
part way. Gotta go.
Almost.
They still gotta get laid up on the knife and then spin it and
Gorgeous.
finish. That's fat
I was
carbon.
gonna say that's fat carbon
Yeah.
fiber, right?
Yeah, it's fat carbon. A lot of people in the culinary world never even seen that stuff. And this is
Yeah.
I got some local guys that collect orange and black because of the giants, and so that's
Well, I like it because it's way easier to work with than regular carbon fiber.
yeah, it's pretty easy to work
That
with.
stuff is like I've made three knife handles out of that. So much easier to work with.
We
than
also
regular
do what they
carbon
call a floating liner. It's kind of our thing. So we always do a base liner, and then we try and do a matching liner to these liners here. So it looks like it's floating when it's on the
Yeah.
knife. So you see the stripes.
Yeah.
We really like that look.
Yeah.
It's something we've just decided that we grew into and decided to do everything.
That
like
that's the material that I picked up over there, but a
Yeah.
little lighter. It's a
That-
lighter color.
Yeah, that's a lighter color. This is Juma.
That's
It's like
nice.
a snake skin. It's used in the pool cue industry.
yeah.
We've used it for years.
That
for
is sexy.
folding knives.
Yeah.
Here's some more of Greg's material.
I like that. I
Yeah.
really like that a lot. I
Pretty
saw a
cool.
knife. I saw another knife with that material.
That's gorgeous.
Custom
Yeah.
maker made handles
And then we also
for a
do
folding knife with that.
layered carbon, which is this stuff here. Look at that.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, man. Spalted birch.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
I
actually really like that
I did.
look.
You remember? I did a handle with layered carbon fiber, and I also did one with marble. No, I did one with shredded. Shredded was the hardest thing to
Yeah,
work.
shredded.
That was the worst.
Yeah. Oof.
Trying to drill holes in it and have them come out straight. Horrible.
These Sony's, are these drying?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I don't touch
No.
them. Did you just lay those up today?
But I have their finished it.
Oh, these are. Yeah, I was showing those. Right here.
Oh, I think that this was on the ground. I don't know if it's.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah,
It's your
I
I
earring?
figured.
have only one.
Well, and
Oh,
I
okay.
I stepped on something. I was like, oh, it's an earring, and I was like, let me
Yeah,
set it here. I'm
thank
pretty sure that
you.
might have been hers.
You can see a lot of this material here. Greg's
like that.
material. Gicarda.
Am I in your way,
Yeah, just a
videographer?
little
Somebody get out of the way.
Gicarda. Look at this. We made a knife for.
I didn't see that one when we came over here
Yeah,
first
it's
time.
pretty
I
cool.
like that, and so that's just cutoffs from that.
From the bun.
From the puck?
Yeah, there's a whole bun that's a big round piece.
Oh,
like
okay.
this.
Now, okay.
Yeah,
Now
when
I
you
see
when
it.
you open it up, you can see.
So look, I was looking at it from the top, and I was like,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
is that
yeah.
translating? And now that I see it,
Yeah.
you get some really cool.
And this guy that's bought all these Italian guys, so he's into like all the super bright Italian clothes.
Yeah.
So he wanted a whole line of knives that are match Italian clothes. And so we actually did one that was like a Missoni handle. I don't think I have it here, but it was actually made it for Alessandra Garcia, Andy Garcia's daughter.
Nice.
And so she loved it. She thought it was
Holy
really cool.
crap! Name dropping like a MFer in here.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Andy's
You
a-
guys know I love hanging out with Mark. It's always fun.
Andy's a fan. We just know her dad, and so we
Yeah.
hooked up with her through her dad.
It's funny how those lines cross. Like the folks that are like big name artists and things like that are also into like.
Well,
really heavy
everyone likes to
cooking and-
everyone likes to cook.
Yeah.
Here's some
I'll
of our,
tell that to my wife because
our
she
shop is
argues.
such a mess. Here's some of our blade shapes, and here's a Western Chef with a Western style handle.
There it is.
Yeah, Santuco.
This is the one I've sharpened like 6 of these.
This is what a surface grinder did. He got caught, dude. And I hit the ground when that thing went flying.
Ooh.
My buddy owns one of the larger surface grinders in the state of California. It's as long as this end of the room to there. And
It's wiggly.
yeah, I kept it just to show like how powerful that thing is. Look at that.
Did it make a significant
Look,
noise?
it just flattened that thing. Look
Yeah.
at that. Oh, that was scary, man. You don't want that thing to go flying at you.
Nope.
You're a dead man.
Dude, well, you remember those little Viper neck knives that I make? You remember the time that I had one spin around and cut me all the way down? I had to have emergency surgery to sew the
I do
tendon.
remember that.
Yeah, and I mean that was a little knife. Imagine one of those coming at
Look
you.
at our custom handle for our sanding. See that?
That looks like it looks like it may have come off one of your fixed pay prototypes.
Really cool. That's fun.
Hey, you want to hear about something funny? I sharpened a bunch of blades for a school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did it for Aaron Hart, the lead machinist at SDPM. So his daughter goes to some art academy.
Yeah.
And he brings me blades, like the big ones.
Yeah.
He's like, "Can you sharpen these?" I was like, "I can try."
Yeah.
And I gave them back to him, and I was like, "You want to be careful." And he was feeling, he's like, "You could shave with this." I was like, "Well, I told you I'd try." I mean, I wasn't 100% sure whether I could, but I got it close. And he's like, "Those are sharp." That was fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. We got here.
Oh, hey, I know what's over here. This is all the ceramics.
Yeah, that's all the ceramics. That's where we did all this, yeah. I have one actually that I found yesterday, but I guess we didn't build it because the pin was oversized. So here, I'll show you.
Yeah. So we if you guys remember, we told them about the ceramics back in the day.
Yeah, they taught us how to do it. We didn't know how to do it. You know what's interesting? A lot of people don't know is our knives, our inlays. See how that? They're screwed in, not glued in.
Nice.
And see those little screws, little nuts right there?
Yeah, they recess.
We counterbore those, and then we glue them in, and then we screw in the inlays.
Yeah.
See that?
From underneath.
Yeah, from underneath. See that?
Oh, that's, you know what? That's a lot, baby. Because there's guys like, if you wanted to anodize something and somebody's glued in a carbon fiber,
Yeah,
you can't do it.
We do it for servicing the knife. It's not on every single knife that we've done, but like, you can see it like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that comes out.
The reason why these knives cost so much because they're
There's a lot of
There's a lot of
thought.
thought that goes into
Yeah.
it.
There's,
And then there's the little things like the finish on
look
it.
at that steel.
Oh, wow.
That's Zlitanox. That's their basket weave pattern.
Wow.
How cool is that? I haven't built that yet, but
Gosh, that's such a gorgeous pattern.
isn't that awesome? Yeah. That's Uri in the Ural Mountains.
That's the guy that was with you in Vegas that time. That was the guy that was hanging out with them the time that when you picked up your Bowie Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was hanging out at the table with you guys.
This is going to be a bolo engraving. This is the last Star Strike Ostia right there. You're looking at the last one. This Star Strike, we've never really told anybody how we do it, but it's really kind of complicated. It's a pain in the ass. But what we do is we take this carbon fiber like this, and what you do is you machine it in a coupon and you undersize it. Then you fill it with epoxy and you let it harden overnight, or depending what epoxy you're using, if it's a UV harden or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you put it back in the mill, then you oversize it. So it's 25 thou over. Then what you do is, since you have your screws like that, your nuts that are counterbore in the back, so you've got to counterbore those first, glue in the nuts, then let that dry. Then what you do is you screw it in your inlay or to your frame, and you sand it completely flush. And once it's flush and you buff it all out, then you take it out and put it into your frame, and then you take your frame out, you put your slug in, finish your frame out, and then put this back in. Yeah, there's no money in that.
No.
It's very
that's
hard.
a lot of work, but
These are highly underpriced.
But it gives it a depth.
Well, yeah, what it does, it creates a 3D effect.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It gives it, and now that I've seen it, I can't unsee how it looked.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's what
it makes
yeah,
100% sense.
And that's what it is. It's really,
Because
hey, I tell people all the time, I'm happy to show you how to do it. We're very good at taking the profit out of everything. We'll show you how to take the profit right out of a knife. We're masters at it.
We have done it for years.
It's,
I did it with an entire business.
Yeah.
Well, I think what it was is that's what got us the collaboration with Blaser Rifles.
Yeah.
Because originally we'd gone to Blaser Rifles and we showed them. We created a whole engraving because we went to the show in Germany. I just blanked on the name, but
Yeah.
it's we went to the show in Germany and we went around and looked at all the stuff at the show, and then we saw how popular all the guns were. So we're like, oh, let's make a knife that's themed like the really high end, hunting rifles.
Makes sense.
And we did that, and then we, through our connections, we got an appointment with one of the guys, the head guy for the custom department. We showed him that knife. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, like whatever." And then I showed him the Star Strike Bugatti, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And then he just started calling all their other guys, and that's what got us the collaboration. Was they saw the Star Strike, they never seen anything like it, so. We made all the material, the fabric. We had it custom made for the rifles.
Yeah.
So they made 10 rifles that were 22 grand. That came with a Bugatti, and it was. It was. It's on our Instagram. I posted a picture of it on our Instagram. You can see the catalog. Everything we're in the catalog, but so that Star Strike, it made some waves, man. It was.
Yeah. Oh, it's sexy.
They made a rifle that's just so unbelievable. There's a whole rifle's like that. It's all clear coat with the straight linear copper. It was so awesome, man. Yeah, so that struck a chord with people. I mean, we got this stuff. I bought all this material here from AJ Composites, and it's actually, we call it space carbon because it's for a satellite project, and I bought everything that he had.
Oh, wow.
We cut all this stuff up into pieces for kitchen knives and folders. And we've only made about maybe 8 folders with that material because it's hard to find big pieces, but I have a lot of it actually. I've got a wheelbarrow full of this. So you're going to see this on kitchen knives for years.
Nice.
But we're the only guys that have it. You can't just get this stuff.
It's nice looking. That's a nice looking material. But when you polish it up, it
looks amazing, dude. This stuff's stunning. And you don't have to really go really high finish with it. You can go lower finish tends to make it more the opalescence in it come out, but you get the higher finish and you get more kind of like this, like the layered carbon, which is like this one here. This is AJ's material too.
Yeah.
That stuff there. And there's just enough where this is coming down from side, from this thickness to here, that each layer is popping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how we get that look.
Wow.
So cool. I love that. I mean, you don't see this on kitchen knives because if you were to buy this material brand new, it'd be a fortune. But, it's a pretty good deal from AJ. So we've used it a lot.
Yeah, I love these handles.
They're fun. There's a lot of science behind them. We spent a lot of 2 years kind of remodifying and changing. It's the same thing with the production import knife. I mean, that knife is perfectly balanced. You see that one here? I'll show you. You'll see how balanced this thing is.
We're gonna throw it. We're not.
No.
If I got one. I
No,
got
sir.
one.
Dartboard. Oh, there's one. You talking about the Bowie Chef? There's one up there.
Yeah.
It's like the second or third one over.
You see this thing?
Yeah.
It's like that was.
Jeez.
And we did a lot of work back and forth to be like, this handle has to be a specific thickness, a specific wideness, a specific taper.
Yeah.
But not off the shelf. This was all custom designed. So
And the handles on it are real comfortable.
they're very
That's the only
comfortable,
thing.
yeah. I mean, I have big hands, so like one of the things that when I told Mattia when making this knife, I said, dude, we gotta make a knife with a big belly. I said, there's nothing I hate more than getting on a cutting board. And it's like, I mean, for a slicer, it's fine, but if you want a chopper,
And you're busting your knuckles.
I really think I like a big belly.
That's what I was saying. That's why I like it, because the way
If you want to use a slicer, that's a slicer. That's for slicing. It's not for chopping, really.
Exactly.
So, there's plenty of people that have little hands that probably
Now,
chop
are those are still AEBL?
all AEBL, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we're working on maybe using some American powdered steel, but right now we're using AEBL because it's affordable and it's really high performing.
Yeah, it does. It does really good in kitchen knives.
Actually, Neil RPM just did a post yesterday. It's the first time he's used it. He said he loves it. He forged the blade out of it. I said that's all we've been using for the last couple of years, and we've been really happy with it because it's high performing and it's affordable.
Well, and it's easy to sharpen, and it holds for kitchen use. It holds a fairly decent edge, fairly long, and it's easy. Just if you got a ceramic rod, you just touch it up. You cut with it, and you just touch it up, and you put it back in.
When you start getting the powdered steels, they're crazy, 5-6 times the cost of that. And I'm not sure that you're getting that much performance out of them.
There's some of them that there's some of the traditional steels that were rolled.
Yeah.
And then you get them in the powdered version, 154 CM and CPM 154.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's just one is powdered and one is rolled.
Yeah.
And you can definitely feel, you're like, oh wow, it might be the same metal, but it definitely feels different because you get a finer grain structure. The sharpening.
Now you really notice when you do
inconsistencies.
your push cuts.
Yeah.
Because that's when you really feel the difference of the structure of the steel.
Yeah. And like I said, I do a lot of I do a lot of sharpening, and you can feel the difference in the sharpening too. Like you can feel spots where you get some gritty, where the edge just feels gritty because you've got those undistributed carbides and things that are in certain spots when you've got rolled steel, and there's not much you can do about it.
You have one of these, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, you do.
Mattia gave me one. I did the original video of his knife, and it was.
They perform really well.
Oh, it's great. And so he sent me. He was like, "Dude, I love the video," and I was like, "It wouldn't have gotten a good review if it did." I'm honest.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Dude, I appreciate it." He sent me.
There's a local place here in town. It's a Mexican chicken place, and they have 15 of them.
Of the.
Yeah, they cut everything. They said, "Man, this knife holds a really good edge." Wow. And I thought,
VG10's a good.
We're in a lot of local restaurants, but man, they just cut so much stuff every day. They cut thousands of pounds of chicken a week, so they're to see 15 of them over there. We haven't had any chipping, rusting, nothing. No. I mean, we test them here. We've had them in our sink, and we just leave water on them, and just stack them together.
VG10 every once in a while, if you're cutting like something fatty, like some of the oils and stuff, you'll get some stain, some discoloration, but it usually wipes right off.
Yeah,
and
we've been happy with it.
Washes off.
Yeah, we've been happy with the corrosion on it, like with the clad that's on the outside and the blade. We had one blade over a year that got a tiny bit of corrosion on it. That was it, and that was because we put them wet together. We didn't wipe them off.
Yeah,
that was the whole idea. The idea was, can we get these things? Let's use them. Put them how people do. Put them in the sink. Drop shit on them. Put them in the dishwasher. Like, I mean, we don't advise that, but we know.
No, because
people are going to do it.
When I use that knife, I use it. Wipe it off, and I put it right back in the block, and then I'll pull it out, and I'll use it again, and wipe it off, and put it right back in the
Knives
block.
in my kitchen with my family are like lights in my house. I'm running around putting them all away. I'm turning off lights and wiping knives and putting them back.
Okay, since my wife very rarely watches the channel, if I was ever to have an unsharpening service, my wife would be in charge of that because she decides to put $300 to $500 kitchen knives in the dishwasher with silverware.
Yeah. Well, they stack them up together on other metal.
Oh yeah, that's
you'll
great.
Have like a butter knife and a $500
shit in the leather that's doing a lot of the work. But if you put the chromium oxide on it, it's just like when you're using a water stone and you build a slurry. It's doing the work for you. The problem is that the chromium oxide breaks down. And it breaks down a lot faster than diamond because it's in like a wax matrix and it's small and it loses its points easier. So you do a couple knives and you would scrape off your excess chromium and then put a new layer on.
Okay.
So
constantly maintaining
you're constantly maintaining it. I do it on my strops, and it's really good, especially if you're going to strop initially to remove your burr before you move to like a finer, like a diamond. I'll work my way down and then come back, and then I'm hitting the whole thing.
Right. Okay.
So with a knife like this,
or you just hitting one side and hit the other side and you're done on this, or you go back and forth.
So one side, and then I'll flip and I'll go the other way because you always got one dumb hand.
Yeah.
And then I'll check and I'll see where I'm at, and then I'll decide because you don't want to just keep going back and forth. You're taking you're taking your edge up more than you really need to.
Okay.
So
yeah, basically I usually hit the 220 grit and put the edge on.
Yeah.
Then I'll get lighter and lighter.
Yeah.
And then I'll come to this, get that going a couple times, and then I'll come to that for the final.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's about a good speed because it's not going to try and grab it out of your hand. You can come in, you can get yourself in. Like I said, I'll come in, I'll work my way back to the plunge, I'll come up the tip. Yeah, and so, and then I'll feel it and I'll see like if I got a burr, if I knock the burr all the way off, and since this is going this direction, you don't have any abrasives that's hitting the actual apex that might give you nicks and chips, and so you're actually it's a power strop.
Right.
It's not like sharpening on a belt. It's an actual power strop. So instead of you just doing the work, it's doing the work for you.
That's what I like.
And so it's easier to
Like,
maintain
other
that
people
angle.
do the work for me.
Yeah.
Right. And then, I mean, that's right there. That's hair popping sharp.
Yeah, popping. Well, here, feel how that one feels. As far as-
You know how my test goes.
Well, yeah, no, I don't.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Awesome.
Oh,
You have no more hair on your arm, I'm sure.
that's knife sharpener's mange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we had a lot of fun. You guys didn't get to see, we went to go eat at one point with Mark and Mattia. We had went to a place called the Lombardi Grill. I don't think I videotaped anything there. If I did, it didn't make it in. I can't find the footage. I honestly don't remember, but we did have a lot of fun. Hopefully we can make some trips like this in the future. If that's something you guys enjoy. I know that a lot of the trip videos are a lot of fun, but keep in mind, every time we do a trip, there's always the trip, then there's the actual body. So anytime that Nico and I go on a road trip, you can fully expect that there's going to be the very first video is going to be the one you guys already saw with just us in the car, because there's a lot of funny stuff that happens. When you put me and Nico in a car together, there's a lot of funny stuff that just happens. So there's a good chance that we're going to videotape a lot of that stuff. So that being said, guys, long enough video already. It's about a half an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to put stuff in the corners. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up, guys. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. And go check out the Bowie Chef. They are starting to release those through actual vendors like Blade HQ, Knife Center, things like that. So if you haven't already gotten to see one, you definitely should check one out. Guys, love you. Got to finish editing. I'll talk to you later.